Hi guys, and welcome back to Dan's Kitchen Garden Allotment. Just before this video starts, please go along and hit that subscribe button to come along and join the family. So then guys, let's get this video started.
Dan's Kitchen Garden Allotments.
So then guys, for the past 3 weeks I haven't released any form of video, and that is because of I hurt my foot back about 3 weeks ago, and I haven't been able to come down here and do anything at the allotment because I've been in so much pain. But I'm back on it now, and just before I injured my ankle I did do a few bits and pieces at the allotment and change a few bits and pieces around. So what I thought I would do is do a November allotment tour. So let's have a look at the allotment in November. It is a little bit messy, but it will get sorted very soon. So let's go and have a look. So then I will start off on plot 1, and as I walk down plot 1 you can see the sunflowers finally come to the end. I've got my leftover sweet corn stems in, and this all needs digging over and pulled out and burnt of most of it, so that will be coming up very shortly, of me clearing this bed and this allotment. Plot 2 is not looking so bad. As I move down you can see the beds are starting just to get a little bit more weedy up. It's just starting to come to the end now and needing to be put away for winter, so they're basically closing everything up and basically tidying everything up. Plot, as I move to this bed here, if you remember I put in some green peas in here, absolutely fantastic. Even putting in the late runner beans worked absolutely brilliant. I had such a crop on the second go. I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to leave the runner beans till later, and this area here where they normally are is I'm going to put a few fruit trees in there just to cover that area, because I don't know what it is, they just don't want to grow in that section. So that is going to be another little fruit tree area. I'm thinking about putting a small dwarf apple and a small dwarf plum tree in there, so fantastic for the winter, for the summer. But as I said, this is all needs to come down and all needs to be cleared out now. It's just the last 3 weeks I haven't been able to come down very much. But the pond, as I wanted it in the first place, it's gone completely wild now with the weeds and bits and pieces around the edge, and I'll just leave this as it is and just prune it back when it needs to be pruned back. But this is exactly what a wild pond should look like. The only thing I want to get is maybe get a few tree stumps and put them in around over here, just so frogs and that have got somewhere to hide. But I have seen many of frogs just shoot down into the bottom of that pond where the warmer water is. So then as I move to the rhubarb, where the rhubarb normally is here, it's all finished now, it's all died back, and that is being stored now for another year, and it will be hopefully as delicious and tasting as it was last year. The brassica cage, unfortunately I don't know what's going on this year with the Brussels sprouts, but they don't seem to be as good as they normally are. I have got Brussels sprouts, but they are not so strong and thick as usual. I think next year I might think about moving them to a different space, but apart from that, this bed can continue right the way through the winter. The bark in here, as you can see, is just starting to get a bit weedy, needs topping up with fresh bark, which I will do in the next few weeks. And as I said, this area here is going to be for the fruit trees. Going to get a dwarf apple and a dwarf plum, completely membrane it off so the weeds don't keep coming up, and then bark on top of that as well. So gonna have delicious fruit probably within about a year or two when they've settled in. As I move down, the pumpkins. These are the ones I got off Carol, and I've only got 3 left. I did harvest a lot of them, and that video will be coming out shortly, but these are ready to go to the kitchen and made into pumpkin pie or soup. Next year what I'm going to do is completely remove this black plastic because it doesn't help. The pumpkin plant can't attach into the ground, and more than anything I think it's caused a lot of bindweed. So that's one thing I won't be doing next year, is putting that black membrane down there. Butternut squash, I've had about 15 already, and as you can see I've got the last 4 here to go, and they store away in the shed at home for quite a while. When you can keep them for quite a long time in there. The biggest change to the allotment is I was in Wilkinson's the other day, and they had their paint going for £4 a tin, which I thought was fantastic. But then people who remembered I had the shed graffitied about 3-4 months back, and there was a horrible mark. But now, as you can see, I'll put a picture up what it used to look like and to what it looks like now. Unfortunately the bunting at the top has all gone now, and now we got the Union Jack flag. I've got a brand new Dan's Kitchen Garden Allotment sign coming. Smile you're on camera, which there is cameras at the allotment now, and cameras around my allotment what I've placed up. So basically it just looks tidier for the winter. And yes, it's not like a summer house, it's not bright blue anymore, but it will do. It looks clean and tidy. I did originally want to do put a new shed here, but unfortunately timber prices and wood at the moment has gotten extremely high, so that's kind of put the plan on a hold at the moment. But as soon as they come back down lower, I will buy a new shed or something like that. So let's go and have a look at plot 2. So then, moving on, plot 2. Plans on plot 2 for the end of this year. I want to get this area completely cleared. As you see, there's bits of grass and bits and pieces all over the place. I want to clear this all up, tidy it up, and maybe put a weed black membrane down, ready for when plot 1 shed comes over eventually. But as you can see, it's just getting a little bit messy. What I've done here is I've sown out my onions, my winter onions. I've currently got about 120 winter onions, and they've just started coming up. That was about 2 weeks ago I've placed them. I didn't want to place them too early because they get too far done. But the other thing I've done is I've also got some garlic. Wow, garlic. I've got a whole row of them, and as you can see, every single one of them has come up. So I'm really happy on that. The other thing I've done is just cleared down to here. I've got the bonfire pile in the middle that I'll just come up on the dry day and burn that off. The beetroot has completely come to an end now. These are just the leftover stalks, and they'll rather get eaten or taken home, or I'll just put them on the fire and burn them off. This area here I need to clear, and as you can see there, I've got a couple of parsnips left over for Christmas. There's probably about 6 parsnips in there. They'll be fantastic for Christmas dinner. As we all know, parsnips, as it gets colder, as we get the frost, it makes the parsnips sweeter, so absolutely delicious. So then, and that is where the pumpkins were, the massive pumpkins. The biggest one I had this year was £63. Absolutely fantastic. And as I said before, I don't think this black plastic does good for the pumpkins, so I'm contemplating on removing this black plastic as well and just going into the ground. Yes, you do have a few more weeds, but it didn't work in the overall experience of growing massive pumpkins. So that's how plot 2 is looking at the moment. Everywhere's looking a bit bare at the moment. But let's head back over to plot 1 shed. So then guys, I'm still limping around. I'm still boddling around and doing a few bits and pieces. My foot is absolutely killing me, so I'm not going to actually do anything today. I just thought I'd pop down the allotment and do a November allotment update. And it is bloody freezing, so it's absolutely freezing, so I won't be doing anything today. All it is basically is just to tidy up plot 1 and to sort out plot 2. It's not that much of probably a day's work, and as we know, winter's come, so it slows down a little bit of the allotment and there isn't so much more to do. So there will be coming on the channel very shortly a lot more cooking, a lot more family vlogs, and also going a few places. I can't wait till that happens, because unfortunately I haven't took any of my annual leave this year, so for the next 4 to 6 weeks I've got quite a bit of time off work, and that means quite a bit of video making for you guys. So I might bring back the 2 vlogs a week back very shortly. So then guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're watching this video and you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and make sure the bell notification is switched on at all times. And if there's any hints or tips you need on your allotments, please go to either my Facebook and send me a message, or my Instagram pages. Them links will be in the description box below. So guys, until next video, I'll catch you later.